So with the series of Talk from Dublin, I'm going to be talking about a wide spectrum of issues, be it political related, science related, socially related, or anything in general, if it is affecting Ireland at the moment or is affecting the globe. So with all that out of the way, I hope you enjoy, and now onwards to the first episode. As of now, a new batch of students has finished their first term in college. These students have been introduced into a new educational environment, full of assignments, the choice to attend lectures, and a lot of strangers to talk to. However, for a certain group of students, they are living in a foreign country to get their education. Between the years of 2014 and 2015, over 25,000 international students came to Ireland to get a college education. Along with everything I mentioned before, international students have to deal with living in a different country, getting used to the native language of the country they live in if it's different to their own native language, and any cultural changes they will encounter. But this is all hypotheticals. It would be much better if we heard from someone who has left their home to get their college degree in Ireland.
My name is Esther. I'm from Rotterdam, the Netherlands, and I've been in Ireland for a bit over 2 years now.
Hi, I'm Maysoon. I'm from Oman and I've been living in Dublin for 3 years.
Esther and Maysoon moved to Ireland back in 2014 to study science with nanotechnology and DIT. The two of them gave me a moment of their time to tell me how it was like to move to Ireland to get their college education, and what was it like to essentially live on their own in a different country.
Well, I've been wanting to study nanotechnology for quite a while now, and I can't do that in Holland. They don't have a bachelor's degree, so I started looking around to see where I could do it, and they speak English here, which I spoke.
It's been my dream for like 3 years before I graduated to study abroad. It wasn't an easy concept to get my father used to, but you know, with every passing day, me reminding him that I wanted to study abroad helped, and in the end, he helped me with it. I'm lucky enough to come from a country that offers scholarships abroad as well. And I've been wanting to study my current major for a while as well. And it was offered in Ireland. And I said, why not? And here I am now.
I'd actually never been to Ireland before. So when I got an offer to study in DIT, that was the first time that I actually visited Dublin. Well, I was expecting Dublin to be more like Rotterdam. Yeah, Rotterdam is a bit bigger and a bit busier. I wasn't expecting like so much country, to be fair, because you have Dublin and then all around it. It's basically country, which I think is really cool.
One of my dad's colleagues from his days of university is Irish, and he happened to come visit us back in Oman for like 6 months. He came from Cork, I believe, if I remember correctly, and he kept on like telling us about his parents and like, you know, farming and all that. I looked up pictures of Dublin before I came here, obviously, and you know, I was just like looking at all the landscapes and like all those landmarks that existed there, and of course, like, you know, the statue of Molly Malone, because that's kind of where I wanted to go see. But yeah, I did notice the difference between here and there, like between Dublin and other places, in that Dublin is so much more busier. Yeah, and it's so very diverse. I don't think you'd find that kind of diversity back in Oman. That's what, like, one of the things I really like about here.
I wouldn't particularly say cultural, because in that regard, it's pretty much the same, I'd say. The people are really different here, though, than back home. They're like really nice and really helpful, is what I've noticed anyway. Because I remember the first day that I was here by myself, I was walking to my college actually, and I was like a real big tourist, you know, with like a huge map and a cup of coffee, and people kept coming up to me being like, hey, do you know where you're going? Do you need help or whatever? And that would not happen in Holland at all.
Really?
Yeah, like if you go up and ask, they'll help you, but no one would do that like on initiative.
I'm so used to kind of like, you know, obviously speaking in Arabic back home. Here I managed to kind of like improve my English so much more. Also, the people here are different than in Oman. My dad likes it because he really likes countries that would have certain rules that they would, like, you know.
What kind of rules?
Like kind of like in bureaucracy kind of things. Like when you go to get your immigration card or whatever. It doesn't matter if you know someone who's there, like, you know.
Oh, so he's a family.
Nepotism and
the
all
whole
that.
red tape behind kind of stuff.
I think you'd call that, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you'd call it that. everyone plays by the rules, basically, here. In Oman, it's kind of like who you know, what connections you have,
All right.
kind of that. Which isn't always a negative thing, but I'd say it is, like, when you want to get into the big world and all that. My country is a bit more lenient than surrounding countries when it comes to, say, gay rights or women's rights and all that, but not as much as it is here. In here, it's very evident that this is like an open country, like, you know, that's willing to change very old rules to make sure everyone is equal.
When I first moved here, I was living in digs, so I was living with a family, and that really helped me manage it, because then when I moved out of there and I moved in with my flatmate now, it was easier. The transition was easier because I wasn't like thrown in like a deep end of the pool or something in the beginning.
I wasn't expecting it, but I did get culture shock. My dad came over to visit me around 2 weeks into my stay here, just to make sure I settled in all right, and like, you know, to kind of like, you know, help me find my way around and all that, and just, you know, moral support and comfort. That helped a lot, I think. Without him, I probably would have left like so many things last minute that he urged me to do to get done. I remember like the plane landing, and then I step out of the plane and it's fucking raining, and I'm like, yay, I'm in Ireland. Now I think my love for the rain has faded a bit, or at least gone a bit less romantic. Another thing I noticed here is that people are so easy to, like, it's easier for them to kind of like laugh at another person, but in a joking way, without it feeling insulting. If you do that back in Oman, you'd cause like a mini heart attack in the other person. In Oman, respect is a huge thing there, and I think it's like they take it too far sometimes.
If there are opportunities in Ireland, I will stay in Ireland. If I get an opportunity from abroad, I might go abroad. But for now, I really enjoy being here. So if something pops up when I'm done with my degree here, I will definitely consider staying.
I think I'd like to stick around in Europe. I don't think I have plans of leaving Europe. Especially since like I haven't really discovered a lot of it yet. And you know, might as well do that while I have the time.
Hi everyone, I hope you enjoyed this first video in a Talk from Dublin series. These videos won't be as frequent as a Day in Nerd Culture, so expect to see one hopefully once a month. Well, that's what I'm going to be aiming myself to put them out. If you're serious to see more serious topics being discussed on this channel, then this is the place for you to go. So thanks again for listening, and I hope you have a good day.